There's a lot of talk about neighborhoods across the state going on right now in the legislative chambers. It could result in some big changes. Hi, I'm Loretta Beniti. Welcome to In Focus. The state lawmakers that sit on both sides of the aisle say we need some changes to state law when it comes to homeowners associations. But folks who sit on them and advocate for them say it's really important to remember that they play a vital role, and changes could cause some big problems. But look at this view. This has to be part of what brought you here.
This is why I bought this lot.
It's serene.
It is serene. Lots of wildlife. You don't have the alligators out today.
Penny Von Bergen-Weissels is one of those people who says she wants to see new laws when it comes to HOAs.
The salesperson who worked for the developer said, oh yes, it will always be green space.
But her move to Ocean Isle has not been a relaxing day at the beach.
What I didn't do was look at the itty bitty print on a map that said this can change at any time.
Her neighborhood is in Brunswick County, southeastern North Carolina, a few minutes drive from the Atlantic Ocean, and right in the middle of the fastest growing county in the state. Ocean Ridge Plantation is a beautiful multi-golf course community, immaculate homes, pristine common areas. And did I mention it has its own beach house that all residents can use at their leisure? But all this comes with a price tag, a mandated membership and a fee payable to a homeowners association. I'm looking at your sheet of paper here.
Yeah.
Literally every year that you've been here, the dues have gone up.
Right, except for two, really.
In fact, 1.2 million North Carolinians live under the covenants of an HOA. These are private entities that have powers to dictate the color of your house, mandate the type of trees to plant in your yard, and even fine you or foreclose on your home for not taking the trash inside. That's right, an HOA can force you to sell your home to pay for a few $100s of back HOA fees. But all this authority you agree to when you purchase the home. These are quasi-governmental groups, and according to the Foundation for Community Association Research, their numbers have been increasing rapidly in recent decades. Many say there has also been a rapid growth in their power.
What they fed the community was we will have this done by November 2023.
Weissel's biggest complaint centers around what lies behind these trees and over this ditch.
It doesn't have water in it right now, but it did this spring.
That is where a new $10 million plus community center is being built.
It's never been about the money. It's about the process. It's always about the process for me.
A process she argues is an HOA board running amok.
Because a small group of people here, less than 20% of the people here, decided they wanted a new amenity center, not just one that would take care of what had been the needs or the requested needs of the group, but they wanted something big and lavish.
Part of what I'm trying to impress upon you is the extent of the maintenance that the board is required to take care of.
Mike Ratchford is the president of the Homeowners Association here in this 900-home community.
We're about to put some shade structures at that end of the pool because one of the things that our members consistently ask for is more shade at the pool. People didn't want to be near pickleball courts, so they petitioned the board to do something about the noise. We have 140 clubs, committees, whatever. They're all vying for this space.
He says this volunteer role is thankless.
So these things come up, they come up every day, that there's a decision the board has to make.
When we asked Ratchford for a few minutes of his time for this story, he said no.
We spend almost $500,000 a year on landscape.
We'd need at least an hour.
On the right, there's 3 of the 4 golf courses that we have in the community.
That's because he wanted to give us a real look at just how much this board has to do.
Pipe that goes all the way to that pond, it failed. The road on the other side here was caving in. We had to shut the road down.
But what about this community center that's dividing the neighborhood? Is it not realistic to have a vote in the neighborhood?
Not only is it not realistic.
Well, he says the HOA board is fulfilling its responsibilities, and it can't be something that is put to a vote, no matter how big the issue.
The governing documents have a very clear statement that it's the responsibility of the board to make decisions for the association without a vote We've been advised by council that should we have a vote, whichever way it goes, the losing party would have a case for abdication of our fiduciary duty to make the decisions that we were elected to make.
Right now, homeowners associations are governed by multiple laws. Our State Planned Community Act from 1999, which outlines how they can be created, managed, and operated. The North Carolina Nonprofit Corporation Act, which regulates nonprofits, including HOAs, and the Federal Fair Housing Act to give protections against discrimination. So when you look at what does need to be changed about HOAs, what's like one of those big things that sticks out to you?
I think we can do a better job with capping fees. And we've had cases in North Carolina where some of the fees are being associated by HOAs or assessed by HOAs. I mean, they seem to be unreasonable. We can do a better job with giving notice to homeowners of the potential for foreclosure in the case of an assessment or a fine. And I do think we need to cap the fines. We need to join other states, and we need to take away the foreclosure process for fines being assessed. There is no reason that an unpaid fine because a paint color is wrong or because your grass hasn't been cut would result in a judicial foreclosure of your property.
State Senator Benton Sawrey is a Republican from Johnston County, and he's also the chair of a conference committee that's looking to find a middle ground when it comes to HOAs.
I think it's a priority for the short session.
Multiple bills were filed during the 2023 legislative session aimed at capping the control of HOAs, but where that line needs to be drawn is not agreed upon, or if there even needs to be a line. We'll have more on that when we come back.